then. And if he gets time, maybe he'll throw
All right,
deep.
we're live.
Hey, we
All
made
right,
it.
we're live.
We got
Hey.
it. Yes. All right. So
All right.
I'm jumping down, and people should be joining any second now. I'm gonna
Let
do
me
the
throw an intro out. Yes.
yeah. I'm gonna throw
Good evening, everybody.
no. I'm
It's
gonna throw
the
the third.
This production is brought to you by DHBN, WTHC Radio, and Stoner Records.
good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Stoner Sports Report with Scott and Scunky. I'm back. I'm Scott. And Skunky's around here. Oh, I think here he comes. And Skunky is to
Lurking.
my right. Thanks, thanks so much for showing up this evening. I appreciate it. As you guys can see on the little scroll, I've been out for quite a while because I got skin cancer. And I don't mind, not only do I not mind saying it, but if this helps anybody out, I had skin cancer on my arm, on my lip, and the big one is the one they had to do on my face. That's why I'm wearing my very cool glasses. And
Hey,
as you can
Scott.
see, a little bit of stitch work there. Hello, what's that? Yes.
Kelly Collins says hi, Scott.
Hey, Kelly, what's up? All right.
You said you can't see.
I can kind of. I'm reading something that says, welcome back to our friend and family member.
Oh,
God, that's me. So I can kind of read it, yes. I just got to go like this. But anyway, the reason I'm mentioning it, though, I'm serious, folks. Especially living here in Colorado, we're 6,000 feet closer to the sun. So that doesn't help right there anyway. But you need to wear sunscreen. And if you honestly think that just because, I don't know, I can and stuff, you can still get cancer. And so I learned a valuable lesson about skin cancer. I'm taking being out in the sun much more serious. So, and this surgery was no joke. This last one was, in a word, extensive. So much so that for 5 weeks from now, I believe I'm going to have another surgery so they can fix this up here.
Yep.
And I will. I'm cancer free right now, and I'm happy about that. But not only that, my doctor, who is one of the top plastic surgeons in Colorado, flat out told me and MJ that, hey, he's gonna look great. So I got all the faith in the world that they've come a long way. And I'll also even be more honest that even if it didn't look 100%, I'm cancer free. I got to. That's more important. So
right, that it is.
So hey,
well,
thanks
I'm
for
glad
all
you're
this.
back, dude. Good to see you, man.
And I do believe a little could throw out a little plug. I believe that one of our family members does have a GoFundMe for me, for Scott. So I don't know if you can find that, and if you feel like you'd like to help, we can obviously accept it. But I am surviving. We were able to. I'm back at work. I went back to work today, which is big. So I'm back, ready to roll.
All right. So what do you want to talk about, dude?
Well, it's like I've been saying, not only have I not, this whole thing has kind of kept me where I didn't really watch much TV, so I tried to keep up to date. I mean, as much as I could in sports. Not much really going on. I mean, the NBA, Bronny J. Oh, I know one. You've been noticing too. Who? Clark. She made a pass a game ago that all the players in the WNBA are saying, wow.
Yeah.
So I'm impressed because I think Caitlin Clark came in, and we all talked about this already, a little cocky. She came in as, this is going to be the best. And it wasn't her fault, though. I mean, they basically were saying, this is going to be the best player at the WNBA. Well, the WNBA players that are already in the league didn't like that very much, and why would they? So she's had to prove it. And honestly, the last month she's done everything. She has done that so much that the Olympics have now said, they're thinking of having her be on the team because they really like what they're seeing right now.
Yeah.
Dude, she seriously is, dude. She's making passes behind her back. She's making LeBron James passes. Crowds oohing and on. It's like, that's cool. It's great for basketball. The Fever are selling out. What? So I'm happy to see that. And I always like one of the things that's always impressed me about sports. I don't mind if you talk, if you can back it up. I'm cool with it. It's the ones that talk that don't back it up that I'm immediately like, well, I don't like that guy, because I think it's part of the game. I mean, and it's like one of the classiest was. By the way, I'm going to whisper it. Anybody who doesn't think Jordan talked, yes, he did. He knew when to talk. As you're running down the court, he would come up and whisper something in your ear. Just ask Charles Barkley. And that was his way of doing it. And he was smart because what would happen is then the other player would start yelling, and he gets a technical. Joe, do you know about Joe Montana talked? I know. How about that?
Yeah.
Montana was a trash talker, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, it wasn't so popular. It wasn't so popular back then, I don't think.
No. That's why everybody wanted to cream him.
Or the players weren't mic'd, I guess, maybe was what it was.
Yeah, what I don't like now in sports, and it's like in all the sports, I don't like the flopping now. Please stop with the flopping, okay? They're doing it in football too. The quarterback barely gets grazed and falls down like he got hammered. The guy barely touched him. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, you guys, I don't like that. That's not part of the game. That's called embellishing, and I'm not a fan of that. So,
well,
I like that. It's a penalty in hockey. You can't embellish. In hockey, they'll give you a penalty. I love it.
I think you get one in football too. I think.
I really have seen it.
A game or something like that.
I thought of all guys, and this will probably make you laugh. Remember, he's been Antonio Brown, the wide receiver. Yeah, I think they threw one on him because the player swung and missed him, and he fell backwards like he got pummeled. And it was like, dude, didn't even hit you, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah, dude, the rules have made it part of the game now, I guess. You know what I mean? Hell, everybody wants a penalty.
Now that Peyton Manning's out of the league, and he was so smart at this, Brady would do it too. I remember Hippie J and Hippie, when we were talking, agreed too about that. What they would do is you can't stop. When you're in midair, you can't stop. So what Peyton Manning would do is when the pocket would tighten up, if any one of those defensive linemen leaped up, he would move like underneath them. So when they came down, they put their hand on his helmet, hand to the helmet, penalty. Right. Oh, man. Tom Brady did it. And they would admit it. They're going, hey, if the guy wants to get in the air, just like in basketball, I'm going to move to where he falls on me. Right. That's an immediate. So I think that's hurt the game. Howie Long, edge rusher, defensive lineman, I said, look, when you're in the air, honestly, I'm sorry, it shouldn't count. If that quarterback, now, if you're in the air and the quarterback doesn't, hey, what's up, man? Who am I? Is that Robert? Did I read that right?
Yeah,
Robert. Robert. What's up? If the quarterback doesn't move and you fall on him, okay, then that's a penalty on the defensive guy because why'd you leap up? But if you're leaped up and he's like 2 feet from you and all of a sudden he just moves it, And I remember when Manning got like the third call in the same game, the other coach was just livid, and you could see him going, he's doing that, he's moving in, so they're landing on him and stuff. So I'm sure, that's that whole embellishing thing that we were talking about.
Right. And that comes in handy, man, for him, and he knew when to do it and could. He was smart.
Darn right. Just like, how about this one? Here's one of my favorites too, because this will work every time. Okay, you're a wide receiver. You're flying down the field. There's a defender behind you. As soon as the quarterback throws the ball, you realize that there's a problem. There's no way you're going to catch it. What do? You stop. What happens? Defender runs right into you, pass interference, first down.
Yeah, I think they're working on the rules for interference now.
Hey, by the way, I got another mascot. Her name's Enigma. Yeah, she's a beautiful Australian Shepherd. She's got Saint Bernard in her. She's a good girl. So she's part of the family. Hi, sweetie. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, we're 6 minutes away from 420 somewhere.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
I mean, we got what is today? Oh, we got fights coming up this weekend. Go ahead.
the All-Star game is on tonight for baseball.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I should turn that on. What time is that on at 6?
7,
Or
I
8
think.
o'clock? 8 o'clock your time? Or
Yeah, I really didn't think anyone would ask, so I didn't look at the time. But I think it did say 7 our time. Yeah.
Poor baseball. Not only that, Hippie's New York Mets are on a roll. That well, of course, it didn't hurt that the Rockies came into town. Hello. Did they win that? Did they win yesterday too, or they win? So they won 5 or 6 straight. The Mets.
No. Now that was a while back.
Oh, was it? Oh, look, can you read that? Skunky, can you read that?
Yeah. It says
I'll read it if you can.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Euro 2024, the UEFA European Football Championship concluded with Italy winning the tournament after defeating England in the final on penalties.
Oh no! So the championship game went to penalty kicks.
So if it was a penalty, someone probably flopped in soccer, I would guess.
No, penalty kicks means that the game was tied. Then they went overtime and nobody scored. So then it's like a shootout that they do in hockey. So each team gets a chance to score on the penalty kicks, and I think it's who gets the most out of 3. I don't know, but the penalty kicks in soccer are almost impossible to stop. You know why, don't you? Look how big the goal is.
They're 10 feet away.
Not like hockey where the goal's only this big.
Right.
So what they try to do is they try to fake you right, because what the goal, if you actually watch a penalty kick, you'll see this.
Yeah.
The goalie will move before he kicks it. As soon as he starts running the ball, the goalie knows he has no chance, but he either gets left or right, and that's how they do it. Yeah, because it happens that quick. If you try to react after he kicks it, it will fly by you every single time. Yeah, I was watching that once, and I was going, "Oh, hey, you're right. The goalie does die before he actually kicks it. I mean, he doesn't move until he's about a foot from the ball, and then he moves."
Yeah, and I would guess most of that is just the goalie knowing which way that guy usually kicks it. So
you're right. He's probably thinking, is he right-footed or left-footed? Yeah, that kind of stuff.
It's 420, you sons of bitches.
Oh, I know who that is.
The fuck is that noise? You guys hear that shit? Oh. Yes, I do. Listen up, children. Now the story I first heard from a long time ago was never to go out in the woods all alone. People go missing and never make it home. No decent burial, not even one bone. Portals hidden in trees, no you can't see him. He's calling shots far beyond big bag and trim. A buddy 2 lamps short, I heard him yelling at him. Well, if you wanna bring your slash, won't you do it down with watches taking chances, crossing streams and breaking branches, popping seeds and growing trees, and stopping avalanches. He won't take no for an answer. There's no going back if he won't let you. Growing trees is all he knows, and peeping at you through the upstairs window. Floodwaters, rock slides, better know where you're at. 36101 Redwoods, so Jack, you gotta stay on the road when you're beating the black. Those people flying off the edge just like twos a cat. You should up, take a second, don't forget where you're at. Don't get caught in your tits, that's a Z-Spot's trap. Now all aboard, come along to the back of the woods. I'm the song and sing along, it'll be all good. Watches on heaven. much about the squatch and his beers. I'm trying to make an honest living and be just like him. I'd like a cabin in the woods with the license that says, you fuck with me, you fuck with squatch, and that's the way it is. The squatches taking chances, crossing streams and breaking branches, popping seeds and growing trees, and stopping avalanches. He's starting trendy dances, using CBDs for curing cancers. No one grows like he grows. You might be smoking on his nose. Swatches on heaven. In 707. Swatches on
All right. Hey, welcome back to the Stoner Sports Report with Scott and Scunky. I am Scott. To my right is Skunky. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Do appreciate it. So, what were we talking about before we had to do our 420 thing? That is very important.
I don't remember.
Oh, I know what I was going to talk about, though, because you and I or let's say you want to read
Wimbledon. Yep. The Wimbledon Championships wrapped up with Ashley Barty winning women's singles title and Novak
Djokovic, I believe that is,
clinching the men's singles title for a record-tying 200th Grand Slam.
Wow.
Which I think means he won the
20.
Wimbledon.
Dipshit. 20th.
What I said.
20th. 20th. Yeah, I was like, you said 200.
He's
yeah, and I believe his name is Djokovic, right?
the one
Yeah, I don't know.
Has 200 years. 20. It's cute. Though.
Hey.
I love you.
That was cute. The guy's won two. All-Star game first pitch. Hey, I read that. Is that stuff coming up or something like right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not a baseball guy. I'll watch during the playoffs. It seems to be a little more interesting then.
Yeah, games matter more. You know, when you play 160, when you play 162 games, dude. To be honest, come on now, it's like
right. Hey, while we're on it, the home run derby was last night, and a fella named Teoscar Hernandez hit 14 home runs to win, and he beat Bobby Witt Jr., who was in second place with 11.
Okay, but you said, hold on. You said Bobby Witt Jr., right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's got to be Bobby Witt was a pitcher for the California Angels, I believe, and That's got to be his son, then I'm guessing. Yeah,
Probably
how
so.
about that? Got to be. I mean, Bobby Witt Jr. I mean, got to be.
I don't know what that says. The Milwaukee Bucks won their first NBA championship in 50 years by defeating the Phoenix Suns in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, Giannis
Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo, or otherwise known as the Greek Freak, was the MVP. And that was it was a while back, but that was their first and only championship, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw where they signed. Hold on a second here. They signed a fella named Gary Trent to a 1-year deal, who I guess is a shooter. So that's supposed to help their outside game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And dude, I think he might be like maybe from Ohio State, because maybe even Michigan.
This was pretty big news, though. For the first time, I mean, these guys were drafted together. It's not Steph and Clay anymore. Klay Thompson went to the Dallas Mavericks.
Right.
And that was huge because everybody figured Steph and Clay are going to play together forever. And it was a smart move by the Warriors because, to be quite honest, Klay Thompson tore his left ACL, tore his right ACL. He's not the same player that he used to be. He used to be what he was known for. You know, when we beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in the for the NBA championship, Clay shut LeBron down because that's what he was good at. But after the torn ACLs, defense, he wasn't, you know what I mean? So the Warriors were lacking defense because Steph Curry will drop 40, but he's not a defensive guy either.
Right.
Kind of like everybody, you know what's funny about the finals? It did point out one thing. Great player though. So before I even say his name, great player. But Luka Doncic playing defense, not so good. Like they noticed that. Boston picked up on that after the second game and just started whoever he was guarding. They went one-on-one with him.
Without him playing defense, he can't be a great player.
Well, because the only reason I'm saying that is because he's 25 years old. Right. And guys that I'll bring out, Michael Jordan was a okay defensive player early in his career. He turned out to be the best defensive player pretty much out there because when you go from college to the NBA, the first thing you can still do is score. What you're having trouble with is defending these guys because they're quicker. You know what I mean? Yeah, because everybody in the NBA was the best on their college team. So you're literally, trying to defend the best. But it's not like he's horrible. What I mean is there were certain things that Luka, if you're smaller, okay, if Luka can hold his own against a big man, he is a big man. Where you can get him is the little guys. They're quicker. So when Luka's one-on-one with a little guy, you're like, oh, no, he's going to run by him and do a layup, and turn up.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, dude, did you see the Olympic basketball team?
Yeah, well, yeah. So it's Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, right?
LeBron.
Yeah. Hold on. I think Kawhi Leonard's on the team.
He's out.
Oh, he's out.
Yeah, he's out to rest up for whatever he's injured from.
Oh, okay.
Which makes sense. Hell.
Well, we were talking off camera before we came on about football because you mentioned, Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. Absolutely. He went to North Carolina. You know what? So did my boy James Worthy.
Right.
Okay, so what we were talking about was okay. First off, Aiden O'Connell has played a whopping 1 year in the league. Not only that, Jimmy Garoppolo was supposed to be the quarterback all last year, and Aiden O'Connell was supposed to sit on the bench like Patrick Mahomes did and learn from Jimmy G. Not only did that not happen, but he gets thrown in there. But here's the kicker: he gets thrown in there. Do you know that we went 5-4? The Raiders in the last 9 games went 5-4. Defense, we gave up 16 points a game. Okay.
Yeah.
Offensively, bad. We scored 15 points a game.
Yeah.
Bad. So here's the thing. I'm not saying he's going to be great, but what I'm going to say is now he gets to start this year as the starting quarterback. No getting pulled off the bench and being thrown out there. He knows. He knew the whole offseason. He knows that if he wins this job in preseason, he's going to get it. And not only is he going to get it, but the Raiders got, I mean, we got Christopher Wilkinson. And wait till you see this guy, you guys. Number 98 is Max Crosby. Right next to him is going to be number 94. Then we're going to have Tyree Wilson and Malcolm Kuntz. Malcolm Kuntz led the league in sacks the last 6 games of the year. This defensive line that the Raiders are going to throw at you, fierce. Now, the secondary, not so sure. But the thing about it, and John Madden said this a long time ago, and I think you'll agree with this, the Raiders in the 70s defensive line was absolutely scary. And the reason that we were successful is because if you're a cornerback and you got to cover a guy for 5 seconds, nope, he's open. But if you only have to cover him for 3 seconds, I think you'll follow what I'm getting at. I think the Raiders will get interceptions. I think, but the question for the first time, I mean, I've been a Raider fan my whole life. For the first time, the question is not the defense. The question is the offense. It's always been the other way around. When Jerry Carr was our quarterback, do you realize the Raiders were scoring 26 points a game but giving up 29?
Right.
So yeah, we would lose 35-30, whatever. So we always knew that the Raiders offense can score. The problem is you can't stop anybody. Now we got a team that's most likely going to stop people, but we got to at least find a way to score 20 points. So I thought it was really smart. I thought it was really smart to get Luke Getsky from Green Bay, because what he does is he doesn't put all the pressure on the quarterback. Puts it more on running the football, jumping to the tight end, stuff like that. And then if you do that successfully, then when they least think it, you might have somebody running down the field open. So I think I would rather have Aiden O'Connell than Gardner Minshew, to be honest, even though, you know what Gardner Minshew did last year? This is kind of interesting. Jacoby Brissett, Anthony Richardson was the quarterback for the Colts. He got hurt. Gardner Minshew won 7 out of, they went 6-3, and they made the playoffs. He's not a bad backup, but I still think Aiden O'Connell reminds people of Brady was drafted in the 6th round. Brock Purdy was drafted 247th, Mr. Irrelevant. And he took the 49ers to the Super Bowl. Sometimes it's the guys that are picked later in the draft that turn out to be better quarterbacks. And one of the biggest reasons, they don't have a big head.
They got in the right system.
Yeah, and they got in the right system.
They don't have to go to the first team that picks them because they're good. You know what I mean? Where,
hold on. I want to read this because it's right there. Zach Wilson is going to get the nod in Denver. Believe it or not. Hang on for a second.
Man, hard to believe they just got rid of that guy.
I think he probably will. I think Bo Nix, he's too raw. He literally transferred from Auburn to go to Oregon because Auburn was not even wanting to start him anymore. That's not good, by the way. Yeah, Bo. So I'm not sold on Bo Nix. But I think Zach Wilson is better. You know what he is? He's better than the other Wilson they had. He's better than Russell Wilson. That's for sure. Russell Wilson's going to lose the job to Justin. You know, Justin Fields went to the Steelers. Right? You know that?
He's more to Russell Wilson now. He was not Russell Wilson when he was young.
Russell Wilson was awesome. That's why I was kind of shocked. My gosh, that guy went to the Pro Bowl 9 years in a row. The Seahawks were great, you know, and Russell Wilson was probably the biggest reason.
A lot of that was a coach too, man.
Oh yeah, I love him. You know what? Honestly, he's my top 5 favorite. Pete Carroll. I love Pete Carroll. I would like him to be our coach. That's how much I like Pete Carroll. I think he's the real deal. What I like about him is the way that he deals with the players. The players play All the ex Seahawks. When Marshawn Lynch, we all know Marshawn Lynch. When he went to the Raiders, one of the first things he told the other players, he goes, "I'm telling you guys, Pete Carroll's real deal, man. You end up playing hard for that guy.
Yeah.
You got a coach that the worst thing you could possibly have is have a coach that no one respects." And they were out there. For example, I don't blame John Elway for telling management, you need to let Dan Reeves go. Nobody's playing hard for him. They don't like Dan Reeves. And what happens? They fire Dan Reeves, get Mike Shanahan, and win 2 Super Bowls in a row. So
Yeah. Hey, is Geno Smith still in Seattle, or is he gone?
he is. No, he is.
Yeah.
And it's funny. Poor Drew Lock. Okay, remember Drew Lock got traded to the Seahawks for Russell Wilson? He thought he was going to start for the Seahawks, and Pete Carroll was like, "No, you turn the ball over too much. I'm going with Geno."
Well,
Yeah. The other thing about Pete Carroll, if you caught the ball up, you didn't play for him. He was known to get rid of players that fumbled. There's no excuse to be putting the ball on the ground all the time. And Drew Lock did that a lot for Denver.
Pete Carroll retired, so who knows what'll happen over there?
I don't even know that. I know, and I don't know. Yeah, I was bummed to hear that. I thought, man, he was a great ambassador to the game too. Love me some Mike Tomlin. Always have. I've liked like all the Steelers coaches, even Bill Cowher. I really like Antonio Pierce, our coach. I like Andy Reid is an absolute. He's probably the best.
He is. Offensive genius, yes.
Yep.
They very well could.
Seattle, yeah, they very well could. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd be surprised if Seattle. I know one had a good year. I'd be kind of surprised at that because I think losing Pete Carroll is going to be an issue.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know who they got. And I was just talking to the Seahawks one fan the other day, and I can't remember who he told me their quarterback was.
The Seahawks, did they draft somebody?
I don't think so.
Pretty sure it's Geno Smith and Drew Lock, I think, and Drew Lock's the backup. Yeah, Geno. Yeah, Geno Smith.
Sorry, dude. I meant their new coach.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't
know either. So he's only their one half-ass fan. Right.
I don't know who our head coach is.
Yeah. Hey, did you see where the Bears signed? What's his name? The first overall pick.
Oh, finally, because everybody was freaking on that. You talking about Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it says they signed him to a 4-year, $39 million rookie contract.
Go ahead.
Which is fully guaranteed. Now, I don't know what a rookie contract is.
I don't really. No, in fact, what I'm used to hearing is that they sign him. Oh, Mike McDonald. Okay, that's the head coach of Seattle. Thank you very much. Is that they get a signing bonus, especially if you're the number 1 draft pick.
Right.
You're automatically going to get a signing bonus.
Well, yeah, that's what I say. A rookie contract is something different. Because he signed. Did I tell you 4 years for $39 million?
39. Uh-huh.
That's awfully low for the first overall pick in the draft, number 1. Yeah. So I guess I'll have to look and see what the deal is with that.
The fact that you got Kirk Cousins making $40 million a year, and he's going to be making 9, a little under.
Kirk Cousins has proved himself.
Well, what I mean is,
quite a snap.
But $40 million compared to $9 million, my goodness, dude. So, and you're the number 1 overall pick, so
that's what I say. That seems pretty low. So I don't know what that exactly is all about. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well, I think they usually sign them to like a 3-year, and then after 2 years, if they're doing really good, they they give them a longer contract.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I'm going to assume it's got to do with that rookie contract stuff in there.
Yeah.
So anyway, they got him signed, which I don't really think the Bears are going to be a whole hell of a lot better. I don't know how they could be.
Yeah, what were they last year? Like, I don't know, 6 and 11, something like that. I don't know.
Maybe 2. 2 and they didn't win many. They were terrible.
Well, Carolina was the worst. I think Carolina won 3 games. I don't know what the Bears won. Anybody out there know how many wins the Bears got?
Did the Bears trade up for a pick?
No, they had the number 1 pick.
Then they were the worst.
When they get no, because you don't know who the worst is going to be. Wait a minute. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
They did not have the worst record. I wish I had my phone. I wish while I'm on my phone, I'm almost positive that Carolina had the worst record.
Yeah,
but I could be wrong.
I would guess it was the Bears with the first overall pick, but they may have traded. I don't know why Carolina would do that. They've got no one for quarterback either. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, they had Sam. Is it Arnold or Donald? Sam Arnold. Donald, Sam Arnold. They had him at quarterback, and he just went somewhere. And I think Carolina drafted someone else. I'm trying to read that.
I just heard where he was going to be playing.
Oh, it's a big system.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. That's it. Look, I put Donald and Arnold together. There you go. That makes sense.
What is that?
So they went okay. See, the Bears went 7 and 10.
The Bears?
Yeah.
Oh.
So how'd they get the number 1 pick?
They may have traded up for it. I don't know.
They had to have, because I know teams were worse than that.
I can't believe that's true. Good grief. They were horrible.
Well, they also got to play. No, Minnesota wasn't bad. Right there in the NFC North.
Right.
And they got to play. They got to play the Raiders, Broncos, and Chargers. But they also had to play the Chiefs. That's right.
Yeah.
And we played them. We played them and lost. Denver played them and was down by 20 with only like 6 minutes left and won. Yeah, well, Justin Fields went to Pittsburgh, and I think he's going to get the nod over Russell Wilson. I'd be surprised if Russell Wilson got the nod.
Yeah,
you want to talk about a player deteriorate? I mean, did you even see? Remember remember what he was so good at? He would throw to Derek Metcalf, and I think the other guys love it or Lockett.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
He used to throw 60, 70-yard bombs. He didn't do one of those in Denver. That was beyond obvious. I remember telling people that were watching it with me. I'm like, Wilson used to throw the ball downfield. You see that? There's another 6-yard pass. There's another 9-yard pass. There's a 15.
Right.
And the other thing I noticed, Russell Wilson's never been a big guy. I think he's only 5'8". He's like Drew Brees.
Right.
What he used to do, he used to drop back. And if you came at him, he rolled out and ran for 15, 20 yards. Didn't do that in Denver either. Just sat there in the pocket. What are you doing? What are you doing? Sack. What are you doing? What are you doing? Sack.
That seems to be getting more and more the quarterback they're looking for in the NFL. You know what I mean?
You better believe it. Yeah. And that's why. No, I agree with you, and that's what makes Minshew of the Raiders interesting because that's what he does. He runs. So what you look, but he also doesn't throw a long ball like Aiden O'Connell, the quarterback of the Raiders, can throw the long ball. Not always there. I mean, not 100% accurate, but there are some quarterbacks that can't even do that. And the one that can't do that is Minshew. And there's other. You don't see Jordan Love usually throw a big old bomb. And that's kind of, now that I'm thinking about it, I think you'd agree. We don't see that near as much in the NFL as we used to. And that has everything to do with that defensive line is coming. Or they're blitzing. They don't have time. So like you said, what Mahomes can do is he's gonna roll out. If you flush the pocket, He's going right or left, depending on and the thing about Mahomes that makes him good. You know how some quarterbacks really can't throw if they're right-handed, if they roll out to the left, they really can't. Mahomes can do that. He can go right and left and still be accurate. What's that? Let's see. Can you read that, Skunky?
Houston went 3-14, and Mama Mia had the first pick.
Yeah, well, they sure didn't do that last year because Houston went to the playoffs. The Texans went with C.J. Stroud. They went to the playoffs and even won their first game and then lost to.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It wasn't the Chiefs. I think it was the Ravens. It was in Baltimore. That's why we were all surprised with the year that the Ravens had last year. I was even telling people, Kansas City's going to go into Baltimore and lose. And instead, Lamar Jackson has one of the worst games of the entire year. You remember that? 3 interceptions in the first half. And they lost like 17-10. And I was like, man, I really thought that but my phone is saying it's too high, you guys. It's telling me to execute now even. Let's see if I can. Ooh, in the back of it is hot. See if I can.
Blow on it. Blow it.
Cooler down here. Look, I'm still here though. Look, check it out. You're not losing me.
Blow on it, you dirty bastard. Blow it.
I'm always making everything hot. I know, man. It's like,
Got it all worked up. You got your telephone all worked up over there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
got my toe.
Hey, here's
Jets, baby.
Jets, baby.
I think the Jets are going to go in the playoffs.
So do I.
I do.
Gonna finally make it after 13 years and no playoffs.
Man, that's a long time. Even the Raiders can say that.
It's been like 70 since we got a Super Bowl.
That's what Joe Namath promised everybody.
Might have even been 69.
Not quite.
Yeah, I think it was 69. But it was the 69. It was the 69 season. But remember, the Super Bowl is after January, so I believe the actual Super Bowl was 70. I believe.
Yeah, it was in February.
Hey, so I wrote down when the training camps start for the teams that we talk about.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're all on July the 23rd. It's the Browns, the Broncos, the Bengals, the Raiders, and the Jets.
Okay. Very interesting, they say.
Yeah.
The Jets practicing this year because maybe I'm going to go check out a few preseason games. I mean, not preseason games, but
I didn't see the schedule.
Practices. I like to go watch their practices sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know that.
Yeah, thanks. Was it at Hofstra?
I care about the Jets.
You better start caring about the Jets.
If they win the Super Bowl, they'll be my team.
Yeah, of course. You
can't do that, man. See, can't do that. You gotta have a team that's been your team since you were a kid. Come on, man. Skunky, when you were a kid, who was your favorite football team?
When I was a kid, it was Cleveland.
It was the Houston.
Okay. So why are you not a Browns fan anymore?
Because they left and went to Baltimore.
Oh, yeah, the infamous. Yes. I tell people that. A lot of people don't know that because there is Cleveland again.
Right. So,
but you should be a
I just never had a team. As long as nobody gets hurt and it's a good game, I don't really care who wins. As long as no one gets hurt seriously.
Fan, then.
Who?
Yeah, see, I'm with, yes.
I should claim that, but no, that's even worse.
I should have claimed that.
I would rather the Ohio teams win, but they won't.
They don't like to win.
I think Cleveland was in the playoffs last year. I mean, I feel sorry for Cleveland. 2 years in a row, they had a great team with my man, Bernie Kosar. Remember Bernie Kosar?
Yeah, we've been talking about him.
Yeah,
been talking about Bernie?
Yeah,
the old sidearm swinger.
Yeah, he's got cirrhosis of the liver and
really?
What Muhammad Ali had.
Cleveland.
Parkinson's.
Yes, he's got both of those, so
He was a good boxer.
he's not all that great.
The GOAT.
But anyway, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say they got to the AFC Championship, but unfortunately had to play the Denver Broncos. And then of course you got here we go. Broncos, Browns, AFC Championship. Broncos, Browns are up by Broncos are up by 4. The Browns have the ball on like the 6-yard line. If they score a touchdown, they're going to the Super Bowl. Ernest Biner fumbles with nobody even touching him. He just
drops it.
I think he switched arms. To be honest, I think he had it in his right arm and he went to put it in his left arm.
Going in, and I went to switch hands, and it dropped it.
And he dropped it, Skunky. Yeah. And not only did the Browns not go to the Super Bowl, but Ernest,
as bad as the butt fumble. Almost.
Yes,
almost as bad.
Not only did they not make it to the Super Bowl, but Ernest Biner got canned. That was it. Cleveland was like,
fumble.
Those guys got old, man.
We were supposed to win. We had 4 chances to get in against the freaking Steelers.
Yeah, I know. And that butt fumble
from the 2, and we couldn't get in. We ran into some big boy's butt.
Right.
The butt fumble.
That's why that big boy's butt's there to run into it and stop you.
God, horrible.
Yeah.
That is pretty. And you know what? You know who the quarterback was? Mr. Mark Sanchez. It was Mark Sanchez.
Dirty Sanchez.
The Dirty Sanchez. That's who he is.
Oh my gosh.
They gave him a job announcing after, like, he got any talent. Like, what are you doing there, bro? You should be like.
I saw him. You're right.
Hey, dude, you want to introduce us to yourself?
No.
Yeah. What?
I'm just a
You
peon.
just tell me. Yeah. Where did you come from, man? What's going on?
I'm a pea on a stick. That's
relay the message to the big guy for me, will you?
Yeah, well.
On August 16th, the PFL, Professional Fight League, has booked Biagio Ali Walsh for his second pro fight. He is the grandson of Muhammad Ali.
What?
We watched him fight.
I don't know.
And
we're going to.
No, I already know. I'm saying I watched him fight like a month ago or something like that. Yeah, so this will be his second fight, right? Because I saw the first one.
Yeah.
Very impressive. And did you watch or listen to the fights on the Diaz Masvidal fight? The
Masvidal.
Did you see that 18-year-old, that little young kid that kicked some ass in that night of the Masvidal Diaz fight?
Oh, you know, no, I would just watched because it was Ollie's grandson, so I watched that fight.
He should be going to the Olympics. That little boxer dude, man, he kicked some ass. I don't know why.
Maybe.
I don't know why he ain't going to the Olympics. 18 years old, he beat the hell out of a 37-year-old Russian dude.
Yeah, listen, I think the Olympics are less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, July 27th.
July 27th, yeah.
That's what I said.
Dun 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 dun. Hey, you know what? You know what? A tear jerking, and it was for me. A tear jerking moment is when Muhammad Ali went to light the torch when the Olympics were in Atlanta. And remember how bad he was shaking and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was rough. I
gotta say, that was rough. Yeah. It was like,
he almost fucked it up. Yeah, he was like almost.
That's how bad it was. It was rough, Daddy. It was rough. Okay. He stopped. They usually walk all the way up to the torch. He stopped like 3 or 4 times. The announcer was like, he's got this. He's got this. And he was determined to do it. So, loved him.
I got a shirt that says so. He's the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Telling you, absolutely. I'm telling you guys, George Foreman.
Sing like a bee.
One of his biggest fans is George Foreman. When Muhammad Ali fought George Foreman, not only did nobody really think that Muhammad Ali had a chance, George Foreman was 36-0 with 36 knockouts.
I think
Nobody
I
had even gone to the nobody had even made it to the 5th round with this guy. Okay,
who's in charge?
what
of
does Muhammad Ali do?
What year was that?
Muhammad Ali tells his trainer, and he said this, Muhammad Ali said after the fight, told his trainer, said, "Now look, you're not going to like what you're going to see in the first 3 rounds." And the trainer said, "What?" He goes, "I'm going to let him beat the crap out of me. I'm going to go up against the ropes because I'll tell you what, George Foreman's never made it to like the 5th round. Once we get to the 5th round, you're going to notice something." About the 6th round came around, and he knocked him down once. And then in the 7th round, it was over. A left hook, and down goes Foreman. And George Foreman to this day.
Down Foreman. Down goes Foreman.
That was Frazier.
I was. But what's funny is, Foreman went down more surprisingly.
Frazier.
George Foreman is Muhammad Ali's biggest fan. You hear George Foreman when he talks about Ali. He said, "Look, smartest fighter I ever fought. He knew exactly what he was doing. He let me wear myself out, then took me out." And he goes, "But you know what?" But he said, "Here's the sad part. Ali liked to do that a lot, and the doctor said, we know for a fact, Muhammad, that the reason that your Parkinson's is so bad is because you also got pounded in the head for 15 years because you let people
That ain't gonna help.
pummel him."
I've been pounding.
Dude, I would think that damn it, who was it? I forgot.
I don't know.
Muhammad Ali's favorite fan would be in, I forget.
Oh, his quotes? You mean float like a butterfly, sting like a bee?
No.
I'll hit him when I'm down. I'll hit him when he's up. He used to have shit. That's why
I'm a bitch. I'm Muhammad Ali. No,
used to be Cassius Clay.
Used to be.
Yep. A lot of people didn't even know. They're like, who's Cassius Clay? Who's Cassius Clay?
Old guys. Old guys.
You
chill
know,
out.
here's a tidbit on Muhammad Ali real quick. You guys know what he did? Okay. When he was going to fight Sonny Liston at Madison Square Garden,
I remember.
he literally takes his bus. I think he takes his bus. Dude, you can look this up. Over to Sonny Liston's house and starts yelling. And Sonny Liston comes out and he goes, "Hey, boy, I'll beat your ass right now in your front lawn if you like, or I'm gonna kick your ass tomorrow night. It's all up to you." Muhammad was something, man. He was mad at he was mad at Sonny Liston. I can't remember why, but he was pissed at him. Okay, that's the famous photo, by the way. We've all seen the photo of Muhammad Ali. He's got his fist and he's looking down, saying, "Get up." He was telling Sonny Liston to get up because he wanted to hit him again. Yeah, he was like, "Get up."
Get over here. I want to say thank you to everybody for having us back.
Isn't that who he won the title from?
Fuck's sake. Is this thing on?
Okay, I believe our guy in the corner is saying something. So what's that? Pee on the stick.
Hello. Is this on?
Pee on the stick. Yeah, you're on.
Oh, okay. You should say goodbye now.
What?
You should say goodbye now.
Goodbye now.
Bye now. Hey, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Welcome. Thanks for watching, you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.